to start with data engineering only. So, what is data engineering and all those things? I know it will be boring for you. Let's see, because that's I need to start from there only, right? Yeah. I'm sharing my screen. Mm, Okay. Um, yeah. You guys able to see my screen, right?
Yes, yes, we can able to see.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Thanks. Thank you. Thank you. To start with, what is data engineering? I know you guys already gone through all these things, but let me start from that again. So the data engineering, right? So like in today's world, data is everywhere and data is everything, right? So whatever we do, whatever we are doing in any app, any website, anything like that is data. So data is like information, and that information, out of that information we are picking some insights, and that is helping us to drive business solutions, right? If you see let's say if in Google you have search for some phone, right? So as a data engineer or a data scientist or a data as a aspirant, so that isn't data for me. So you have searched something as a user. Now what I will do, I will take that as an input, and you have searched for some iPhone. I will take that as an input, and that is a data. So I need to send ads based on this iPhone. So iPhone got so and so amount got reduced on iPhone. So it's a good time to grab this offer. So something like that, right? That's what data is everywhere. Data is everywhere. Even though you might think like, okay, how can you might have wondered so many times, right? I done something, but that same thing is reflecting in your Instagram or WhatsApp or somewhere in the ads place, right? So that's because of data. So your data is everywhere. Everyone is watching you. So definitely be aware. As a data engineer, we supposed to extract those kind of data, those kind of information from the users, and do some engineering applications, right? And build an insight of out of that. Let's say you have started a some business, right? So for that business they need some data. Let's say I'm a marketing agent, so I need some data. So I need some data, I will get from the data engineer, and with the help of the data I will build, okay, so what is the how is the market today, how is the market behaving from the last 5 years, something like the share market, let's say. So how the stocks are performing, so those kind of things, right? So data is very very important, and we will perform applications on top of that, engineering applications on top of that as a data engineer. And I will tell you, mostly 90% of your time you are going to clean the data most of the time, okay? um, yeah, and that's more into data engineering, and let's see what we have got. Yeah. Now in the traditional, like when this data engineering got started, at that time the data is very much less. So that the data, the amount of data that produced in the last 20 years is equal to the amount of data that produced in the current year. Okay, so that's how big the data is evolving now. So now, as the data is evolving, the amount of data is growing, volume and velocity as well. Like how speed the data is being generated today is very, very rapid, and no one has thought this. This data will be this much velocity. Data will have this much velocity and veracity as well. We have different kinds of data, right? We have log events. Like a log events means, let's say if I move my cursor like this, I just hover here, then it's an event, right? I need to capture this as well, so that I can see like what's happening in this web browser, and I can debug into that, right? So everything is data, and we have different types of data, streaming data. Like you have a video at YouTube. YouTube is a video streams. So that data is a different kind of data, and you have Excel files, those kind of data, and you have APIs. They will extract data from the databases as well. So that's a different kind of data. So there are different kinds of data. But if you go back and see how data is being handled in the old days, right? So it's very different. It's very slow. Like how things works is like, in today's world, everything is works. Let's say you wanted to build, you wanted to count a number of pages in the book. Let's say you do not have page numbers there. They forgot to print that page numbers. Okay, so you wanted to count how many number of pages in that book, right? So you start counting that as a single person, right? Then it will take, let's say you have 1,000 pages, then it will take some amount of time for you to build count number of pages, right? Now, in today's world, if that pages increases to 10,000, how many times, how much time it will take for you to do that, right? And similarly, if that increases to 1 lakh pages, then it will definitely so much of time, right? So similarly, the data is also being evolved, So similarly, the tools which are help us to process this data, right, that's also evolving. In the past, right, the data is processing was a rigid. So you know ETL means extract, transform, and load. You will hear this term very often. Okay, so please be familiar with this. And you know, right, data was pulled from source, and to pull the data, you need to have a different server in the old days. Okay, so and to process the data, you need to have server, one more server, or the same server, but you need to have very much high capacity to transform the data and to load the data into data warehouses and so much such kind of things, right? You need to have one more server. So different servers you need to for this ETL thing. But today's world, right, it's very much evolved. If you go back and see 20 years, it's very a time taking process. It's very like if you want to debug, it's very difficult for you. But today the cloud based technologies, right, Azure, AWS, GCP, these kind of technologies is helping us to like make process the data as soon as possible. As soon as you've done an ATM transaction, you are getting a message. How we are getting this? Because it's very fast. It's very that fast, right? So it's stream based messages. Okay, so the today's world is very much evolved. And you know, like there are tools like data lake, technologies like cloud storage technologies like data lake. Then you will have a data lake, right? You will have a data warehouse as well. So data lake and data warehouse is very important concept. We are going to discuss on that very much deep dive on the coming classes. Okay, so what we will do is we will load raw data directly into our data lake. Data lake is, you can think of for now, it's your common place where all your data lies. Okay, so the extracted data lies there, the transformed data, the final data, target data can also be lies there. Okay, then you will transform it, and you will transform as required as you can, and then you will put it into like a source. Okay, target, sorry. And coming to data engineering career path, so currently the data engineering is one of the growing skill in the market. Okay, why? Because like the AI models are everywhere, right? So you have different of AI models. Earlier Sam Altman came with ChatGPT. Now someone came with Perplexity. So now Google Gemini is also evolving. So all these AI models, on what basis your these AI models are being trained? Right, you know, like how AI models are predicting things. Like let's say if you ask something, this chat gpt, it will give you the result. How it will give you? So that's what this data comes into the picture. So you need to train those models. To train that models, you need data. So let's say if you ask some query to chat gpt, it will refer multiple articles that are available in the online. So how it will happen? So that data, as a data engineer, I will schedule this chat gpt, so that whenever some user asks, it will check all those related career articles and extract the data and uh, train my LLM models. Okay. Now, as a user, you will go there and you will just simply search for your whatever you need, and it will simplify. It will read all those articles. It will simplify. And it will give the data. So data, as like people used to say that like AI is here and you won't have the jobs, right? So that the jobs are going, half of the jobs are gone because of AI, all these kind of things, right? Maybe half of the jobs are gone. We are not sure, but definitely data engineering will be there. Why? Because that AI model itself needs a data, and as a data engineer, you are going to provide it. Okay. Um, Coming to your roles, right? So you will start as a junior data engineer, where someone will give you the architecture, because for every project, right, you need an architecture. They will give you the architecture, and you need to implement that architecture. That's it. You won't involve much into that architecture side, but you can involve, but you won't do that. But coming to senior data engineer, right, you will involve both the things. Like in the high level architecture, right? High level architecture means like what you wanted to do, and what are the source, what is the target, those kind of things you will take care. But in the low level design, right, like how you are going to do. So high level is always different from low level. And while doing the low level design, right, you will get so many issues, so many optimizations you will find. Okay, instead of doing this, we should have done like that, all these kind of things. So high level design and low level design is also like plays key role for this as a senior data engineer. Okay. So data architect is the person who decides your architecture, right? So in future, like let's say after 7 years or 10 years, you will become a data architect. So now you need to see like where we are getting the data from, and what's the business needs, how the business needs this data to be processed, right? All those kind of things you will take into consideration and create this architecture. Now this architecture it will be implemented by senior data engineer. along with the junior help of junior data engineers. Okay, so these are the key things in data engineering career path. Yeah, like 3 to I believe like 3 to 4 years we are considered as a junior data engineer, but after 4 you will be a senior data engineer. Till 7 or 10 years you will be senior data engineer. After that you will be taking up the roles like data architecture, those kind of things. Okay. um, and coming to the market, as I told you, right, data engineering is already grown, and it will definitely be in the growing phase only. Okay, there is some research, right, in India, especially in India. If you speak about Indian numbers for data engineering, right, so let's say last 5 years or something, it has some 29 billion or something market in the Indian market. Okay, and the coming 1 year or 2 years, it will grow into some $100 million or something. Okay, billions, sorry. So it's that vast and it's that huge. Okay, so this data field, you will definitely see more and more jobs coming in data engineering. Okay, so just be stick to this and you can learn more tools and you will be ready with the market standards. Also, I want to tell you one more thing. Data engineering is very good and it's very high demand, and also the tools, right, that you are going to use in data engineering field, it keeps on evolving. Okay, so today, like if you have heard of this Hadoop, right, Hadoop tools, Hadoop, MapReduce, those kind of things. At that time, that Hadoop and MapReduce is very big thing. Right? I mentioned you, right. You have 1,000 pages and you need to calculate that how many number of pages you have. You need to count it, right. No, what they did is there is this foundation that develop this Hadoop and MapReduce. What they will do is they will take this book. They will divide this book into four separate parts and give that each part to each person. I mean each mission. That each mission will count how many number of pages it has, and now it's mapping. It's mapping, right? This mission this Hadoop is mapping MapReduce, right? This MapReduce is mapping these four parts to four different missions, right? Now they will calculate. Let's say first mission calculates like 250 pages, second one 250, third 250, fourth 250. So you have 1,000 pages now. But how it will calculate? Once you have each mission done its part, its own calculation count, right? Then it will share that to the there will be one master, and they will share that information to the master, and master will take this and calculate this into, like, it will count sum all these four results and give us the that result as 1,000. Okay, so we divided, like we simplified, like earlier instead of going with single mission, we made four missions work together, right? So the data keeps evolving. At that time we used MapReduce. Now we are going to use so many updated technologies like PySpark technologies, again a PySpark, like it's a different processing, it's a in-memory processing. Okay, so right, in your system you have hard disk, memory and hard disk as well. So
Hello.
memory.
Hello, sir.
Yeah. Hello. Yeah, who's this? um Hello. Hello. Yeah, I think someone wanted to say something, but yeah, uh, let me know once you're back. Okay. Yeah. Now coming to the core skills, right? As I mentioned, that the skills keeps changing, right? Let's say in today's, like once upon a time, Hadoop is a very important thing. For that, you are going to develop that Hadoop at MapReduce, right? You need Java expertise, right? If you want to develop any big data application, you need a Java developer, and that Java developer needs to be very good so that you will have a very optimized output. If there is any issue or anything, you need that Java expertise to debug, right? But now today, the Spark when the Spark came into the picture, everything got changed. Okay, so why? Because the debugging made easier, and you don't need to have that much expertise. You need expertise definitely to build an optimal pipelines, but you don't need to that much expertise compared to this Java versus this PySpark. Right? You can again, this PySpark and all, right. You are going to. I think you are already head of these terms and you're already familiar with this PySpark technologies. Yeah, so it will definitely help you. Just keep learning those things, PySpark, Python, and SQL, right? So they are very important whenever you go to interviews, right? So 80% of the things they will ask you on top of these things only. So just be familiar with those things. And tools and services also very important. Which tool you use, where you will use, and all those real time scenarios are very important. Okay. Yeah, so the programming skills, the more important skills are like Python, SQL, PySpark, obviously, and that there are different clouds, right? AWS, Amazon provides AWS, Microsoft provides Azure, Google provides Google Cloud. So these are the famous cloud. You have IBM as well. There are many other things as well, but currently these are the very famous ones in the market. And coming to big data frameworks, as I mentioned, Apache Spark and Kafka. Earlier you used to have Hadoop, but Hadoop is not in the market now. But you currently have Apache Spark and Kafka, right? Let's say you wanted to have some streaming applications. For that, you need to data. As soon as the data is, you need to process it and just give it to the subscribers, right? So for that, you are going to use Kafka. So that's also very important. It's for very streaming process, okay? And databases, right? Databases. So whenever you have a data, right? So there are different types of databases: relational databases, NoSQL databases, different types of databases. Because let's say whenever you do an ATM transaction, right? You need to fetch for the your when user queries for an user balance is balancing query. You need to fetch the data as soon as possible, right? For that, you need to maintain a database, a relational database. If you put that into some data lake storage or something, then it will really difficult. It will take some time to fetch that data. So for those kind of scenarios, you will decide, okay, which one to go, which one not to go, those kind of things. And definitely you need soft skills and problem solving skills, because whenever someone, like let's say client, let's say you are supposed to work in some project, right? Whenever someone discussing something, you definitely needs to understand what they're wanted to, you need to understand business needs, and you need to able to ask them, like, what was the need, what was expected from us, like how is the data, how we are going to utilize the data, and all those kind of things. You need to understand data, like where the data is started and where the data is going to be ended, all those kind of things. So then only you will be able to solve that problem. And what was the problem, right? I will tell you live example. In my current project, there was an API. So there was an API, there was a website. Okay, so that website is calling an API, and this API is taking almost 10 plus seconds to give a result, right? Imagine you wanted to do something on Amazon, you wanted to query for iPhone, and you search for iPhone. It is giving you taking 10 seconds to give you iPhone results, right? It's very frustrating, and as a user, you will look for other options. So the business definitely do not need these kind of things. So what we did now they have given this this problem to us. Now we are working on that. So how we can optimize that? Where the data is being stored, how much of data we need to process when an user calls for iPhone, right? All these kind of things you need to understand. What was the problem? Where it got started? All those kind of things. We never start start implementation on the day one. Okay, so you need to go through so many phases, discussions, requirements gathering, all those kind of things. Definitely you need to be very good enough to ask questions, right? Not only everywhere you need to ask questions, then only you will have answers, right? So definitely ask questions in this class as well, and whenever you're hearing anything from data side as well, definitely start asking questions. Okay, and your collaboration, right? To whom you will work with. Okay, so you will work with data analyst, data scientist, and different types of business units as well. So like as a business unit, I wanted to have some data, some insights out of this data. You have the data as a data engineer, you always have access to the data, but what are the insights that you need to extract out of the business, right? That the data, right? Business needs to tell that, right? Or data analyst or data scientist, they need to tell you, right? Okay, I'm looking for so and so insights from this data. So those things you need. And the next thing is data quality, right? So whatever you do, right, you need to have the quality of the data, right? Let's say let's say in your account, right? In your account, let's say before yesterday you have 1,000 rupees closing balance. Okay, now today's opening balance is 1,000 rupees. It should be 1,000 rupees. In case of any issue, if it's 9,999, then it's an issue, right? There is data discrepancy. We have the data quality issue here. So those kind of things, data should be very 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 on the spot. Okay, so we do not have any disturbances in the data. Okay, so we need to have data quality as well. It's very paramount responsibility to us. So as a role of data engineers in modern organizations. Okay, so as a data engineer you need to first go to business team, right, and see what was the problem you're solving. Okay, and you need to design pipeline, right? What's the pipeline? Where this data is extracted, where this data is got generated. Okay, so let's say um, I'm a marketing team. I wanted to do some marketing. Okay, so my marketing is like I have some product. I want to sell that product. So I will go and see where these kind of products, like these similar products, is available in the market. I will go there. I will get the data from that business. Okay, I'll take the data. I will analyze that. Okay, what users are looking for. okay, these are users are looking for so and so features, right? Then I will take those features, I will analyze them, and I will build a product now. So now once I have the product, I need to do marketing. Now to whom I need to market? I cannot do marketing for everyone. It's waste of money to us. I need to have a target audience whom I can target, right? Then that's where I will get to details, because there are so many companies that will collect data, right? So that data, which with the help of that data, you will collect information, and with the help of that, you are going to do your marketing, right? Because you see, right, whenever any movie is about to release, they'll do so many promotions. Why? Because they wanted audience to come to movie and watch that, so that then only it will become a hit, right? So similarly, whenever you are going to launch a product, you need to do marketing, and for that marketing, you need to collect data, and you need to have the target audience. Okay, so yeah, definitely you need to see like where the data starts, where the data ends, and how you are going to. You need to design a pipeline, right? Pipeline in the sense, you can imagine a real-time pipeline where the gas, right? Let's say gas pipeline. So that water pipeline, let's say. So where the water starts and where the water ends, right? Let's say water starts at water tank, ends at your tap, right? So that's the entire pipeline. You will design that where the data starts and where the data ends in entire thing. Okay, and quality assurance. So you should never lost a data. If you lost a row, let's say, you will get to know rows and columns in the data field. Okay, so that there should be, you should maintain a quality. You shouldn't, if there is any leak in the pipeline, then that's an issue, right? So definitely you shouldn't have any such issues. You should make sure that everything is seamless. Okay, and infrastructure optimizations, definitely. As I mentioned, like today's world, everything is mission to mission conversation, because as you mentioned, if a one person do one task, it is taking 10 minutes, and if 10% do the same task, it will take 1 minute, right? Today time is everything. Time is money, right? So definitely we need to have the infrastructure, because so many computers needs to communicate together and do processing and give the results to the users, right? And business impact. Coming to business impact, today most of the business are data driven. So whatever you do on basis of the data. Okay, so data is everywhere. You will get the data. Based on that, you will decide what to do. Data scientist, as a data scientist, I will tell the business, okay, as per my last 5 years pattern of the data, this is what we need to do. This will definitely give us the best results. When you visit a store, in a DMart or something, on on the left side you should have something, these kind of products. On right side you need to have these kind of products. All those things are done based on the research. Research is done on top of the data. Okay, so business decisions are taken on the data insights. Okay, that's pretty much about this data engineering thing. If you guys have any doubts or anything, you just let me know. Otherwise, we will dive into this practical session for your environment setup and all those kind of things. Okay, yeah, just let me know. And I just wanted to, as I mentioned earlier, I just wanted to make this session very interactive. Just please be interactive and ask questions. Never feel shy. In data engineering field, right? Asking questions is one of the very important skill. You need to start developing that skill from now onwards. Okay. Have questions, even if it's a small question, just put it up. Then you will get that idea. You'll get what it is. Mm, okay. Seems everything is fast.
Yeah, as of now, there is no questions from my end.
Um. Yeah.
Yeah, we know the basics, everything. There's
Oh,
no questions.
fine then.
Yeah.
I gone very fast because, as a guys I already mentioned, this is your third class or fourth class on this data engineering, right? It will be bit boring to you. So, yeah, I will correct that, Akhil. I'll try to keep it in small average space. Okay. Yeah. Now let's start with VS Code. And have you started? Have you guys implemented VS Code in your systems, or you are aware, right, how to install VS Code, those kind of things? Yes or no? Yeah, Aaron, tell me. Veda or someone. I just wanted to know. Okay, I'll take that as a no, and I will let you know how you are going to install this Visual Studio Code. Okay, yeah, let me do that. Okay, so I'll share you the documents. Actually, I prepared a document to see to help you guys like how to install Visual Studio Code. Visual Studio Code, right? Like you wanted to do some perform some development, right? You have Python, SQL, those kind of programming languages, C, Java, or anywhere, right? To develop anything, you need some files, right? Maybe you all guys know about C language, right? C language, you have a main function. When you write a main function, you need to write hash include std.io.h, right? If you do not write, it will give you an error. Why? Because everything is it should work. Is everything is dependent, and in the background, right, you have some libraries. So all these things, like I'm expecting you need to, as a developer, I'm expecting you to write hash include std.io.h. If you do not write, I will throw an error, because I wanted to some transformations, I mean some actions based on your code, right? So definitely for doing such kind of things, let's say in Python you wanted to write some function, right? You write function in the same way that I mentioned, right? You should follow that syntax. If you do not, it will throw an error. So all these kind of things, right? For that you need to install that package first. You need to install Python first, right? For that, where you will install the Python, right? You need to install that Python first. I think we do not have that Python thing here. Yeah, you can just go to Google and just install, search for Python packages. Okay, sorry, Python download. If you are a Mac, Windows user, just search for this, download Python. Okay, just see the latest version. Um, it will ask you to go with before one version, because the latest version will always have some bugs or something. So let's go with that thing. Um, see,
Rabi, am I audible?
yeah, you're audible.
Hello.
Yes. Who's this?
So could you please share your screen and show the instructions so that these people
Oh,
can follow?
okay. Sorry, I thought I'm sharing
Okay.
my screen.
Okay. No, no, your screen is not visible. A PPT was
Okay.
visible only.
I
Okay.
thought
Thank
I'm
you.
sharing that. Yeah, sure. Thank you. Thanks for raising that. Um, Let me share my screen. Okay. So yeah. So just go to let me start from. So see, Python download for Windows or Mac. You can as per your requirement, you can just go and search this. Okay. Always go with the stable versions. Never go with the latest versions. It might have some bugs. Okay. So always go with the stable versions. Let's say 3.12 for now. I think it's a stable version. You can just go here. Um, where is this file? See here, right? 64-bit. It depends on your Windows, right? It's a 30-bit or 64-bit. You can just click on this and it will download a file for you. Just download that file. um, Download this, and you can start installing that. You can just run this thing and that's it. You will install your Python. Okay. That's Python. Or then you can go to Visual Studio Code, right? You need to have a Visual Studio Code because you are going to develop your code on this Visual Studio Code. Okay, so it's the place where developers develop their code. Okay, so code editing and all these things. Okay, how do you install that Visual Studio Code? Again, same thing. So whenever you wanted to do something, just go to Google and just search for Visual Studio code download. Okay, just do this. Just search for this. You have Mac, Linux, and Windows as well. Just select this Windows, and it will get downloaded. This file will get downloaded here. Okay. Um, Now, once you download that, I'll share this document with you, so you can follow the instructions and everywhere. You just run that file. Okay. So if you run that file, first you need to select accept the agreement. Just accept that agreement. Uh, it won't charge you, so you can definitely accept that. Then you need to give some name. Just give that and browse where you wanted to save these files. Just browse there. Okay. Then next, you can click on next, and these things, right? Create a desktop icon, add to path, request code as an editor. Like whenever you have any Python file, right? Whenever you right click on that file, it's supposed to ask you, okay, can I open with Visual Studio Code? For those things, you can select this, all those kind of things. You can give these options and then click install, and within few seconds, this will get installed. Okay, so once it gets installed, uh, then you can just launch this in VS Code, and your VS Code is ready. Now, all you need to do is just go there, just open any new file or something there, and just write some print, just basic code, print, braces open and quotation open and hello world and quotation close, braces close. That's it. Save that as main.py. Okay. So once it's saved, just go to your terminal, or um, just try to run that program. So to run the Python programs, hope you guys are already aware. I thought just give that Python um, main.py. Just this main.py is your file name, okay, where you have written print hello world, and Python is the package you wanted, where you wanted to run this program, right? Just install that. You are supposed to see hello world. If that happens, then boom, you are able to install your Python successfully and run your first program. Okay. Um, that's related to this Python installation. Okay, so hope you guys are following, right? Like if you are unable to do anything, just go to Google and just see like how you have so many videos available, right? So just go there and follow step by step. Definitely you'll be able to do that. If you stuck somewhere, just let me know. I will help you out. Okay. Yeah. Someone
Okay, okay,
wanted to say
understand.
something. Yeah. Yeah. Um, what's next? Setting up Git and creating GitHub account. So I just wanted to hear from you. So does anyone aware of Git or GitHub? Uh,
No.
no, right?
No, sir.
Okay, fine, fine, fine.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Um, right? Facebook was developed a very, very long ago, right? When Mark Zuckerberg developed the Facebook, he created some code. Okay, so that was not the code that we are using currently in the market. Okay, that code kept evolving. Okay, so what happens? Let's say, let's go. Let me share some. Okay, so let's say I just wrote and Mark Zuckerberg. I'm a Mark Zuckerberg for the next 20 minutes. Okay, um, hello world, welcome to Facebook. Okay, so this was the first line I just wrote, okay, as part of my Facebook development. Okay, after it is working fine and many users are installing this app and it's working fine, absolutely. Now I wanted to add more features to this. Okay, now what I am going to do is I'll take this and I wanted to ask, uh, good to have you, right? This is my version 1. This code, right? This code is my version 1 because this is what I developed in my first time, right? Now both this is my version 2, right? Now uh, someone came here and told that I didn't like your version 2. Okay, I like only your version 1, right? Now as a Facebook founder, I wanted to have my users, like I wanted to make things that what my users like, right? So as they do not like this, I need to revert back to this version 1. Okay, but if I do not like, I already replaced my code with this version 2, right? Imagine you in the let's say you won't have this, right? Now this is your version 2. Okay, now this is your version 2, and you lost your previous version, right? Now here it's only one line. I can just remove this and it will become my version 1. But in real time, let's say Facebook has 10,000 lines, and in the version 1, and in the next version 1, that it has 10,000 lines. Okay, now in the second version, it has 20,000 lines. Okay, it took some time to develop the version 2. Okay, I can't do it in single day, but it took some time. I created a version 2, but it has 10,000 lines, 20,000 lines. It's working. Version 1 is working fine. Even version 2 is also working fine for some time, but after that it ran into some issue. Now my Facebook got crashed. Now what I will do? I wanted to revert back to which was the code that was working fine before, right? That is my 10,000 lines code, right? I need to revert back that. I need to go back to that version. But how I can do that? So that's where this Git will help you. Okay, so Git and GitHub, you will get to know those terminologies in going classes. One is a remote location where you will save your code, and one is for your kind of your programming language. Okay, so just go here and register your code. with this Git. Okay, with this Git. Okay, now as a Git, now Git provides your service, like whatever you registered with this Git. Okay, so it will keep tracking of this thing. So let's say now you created a 10,000 lines, it will save the 10,000 lines, and come in the next 10 days or 20 days you created 10, 20,000 more lines, you added 10,000 lines to this, now it became 20,000 lines. It will keep track of all these changes. Okay, so for your changes tracking, it will keep all your changes in track. Okay, now in case in future if you want to revert back to your previous changes, you can definitely go back to that. It will this Git will help you to do that. Okay, now in the real time projects, right, I will develop as a developer, as a data engineer. Now let's say my user came to and asked me for a business requirement, I developed that business requirement and gave it to the business, it's working fine. Now they came up with some new requirement, I have developed that as well, but somehow maybe my bad or the testing bad or somewhere it was not performing well. I need to revert back to my previous version, right? How I can do that? Because I cannot save it manually, right? I cannot save it manually. Maybe my desktop got lost, my system got lost, something can happen, right? If I were able to put this or register this code with this GitHub, then it will be safe in the remote location, and then I will be able to revert back to my previous version. And also, like many users will come and many users, like in my team there are two data engineers. Okay, two data engineers. Okay, now I wanted to both wanted to work on this code, right? Now what I will do, I will pull this code. I will, let's say for now simple terms, take this code, take this code, develop it, develop the code, and push it into, let's say I wanted to develop a function. Okay, not entire code. I will take that code, add that function, and push it to the remote server. Remote server in the sense, I told you, right, I cannot keep my code in my local system. What if my system got lost? What if my data got somehow got deleted? So those kind of things, right? We wanted to put it in the remote server, and then I will push this into that remote server. Now, if everything works fine, then I will keep it as is. If not, then I will again revert back to my previous version. So something like that. So it's very interesting, and you definitely need that Git thing in your coming days, because it's very helpful in your day-to-day activities. Okay, so we can have more details in the going days. Okay, for now, just think of it as a versioning, changes tracking. Okay, so each change will create a new version. Okay, think of it like that for now. Yeah, so you can install that. To install that, just go here. First you can create a GitHub account, just GitHub. Okay, this is the place where you're going to put your code. Okay, just go here and click on sign in. Okay, just give your email address, just give your password, and that's it. You're going to, no, first you need to create an account first, sorry. So just give your email, okay, password, just give the username. If it's available, it will let you know, it will let you have it, and just create this account. So once you create that account, you can log into that account. Okay, and there you will see more branches and all those kind of things. Like, let me try to show you my account. Okay, for a moment I'm stop sharing my screen. I hope so far you guys are following me. So in case of any doubt, you can definitely raise your hands, or you can definitely like you can definitely let me know. Then only I can correct myself. Okay. Oh, I think I forgot the password of my Gmail account. Um, oh, it's asking many things. I'll show you in the next class how we are going to do that. Um, I'll show you tomorrow, or I will share you the document how the GitHub and all these kind of things looks like. Okay. For now, let's ignore this. Okay. Early. Yeah. um, Git Python, right? You can install Python, and while on after you install the Python, you have this pip. Okay, so this pip will help you to Python. Why Python is very famous? Any one of you know that? Because Java is very powerful actually. So many of the today's, right, 80% of the applications till today were built on mostly on Java only, but the traditional systems. But now Python, why Python got popular is because Python is just simple that okay, if you wanted to do anything, you can just, there is a package, okay, you can just include that package. uh, you can just install that package with using this pip. Okay, so if you install that package, then that's it, you can utilize that package. Let's say requester, let's say you are going to work with urls. Okay, so there is some data in somewhere you wanted to work with url, right? This is a url for me, right? So you wanted to work with this URL using Python, right? Then you will just import that request, I mean, install that request package, and it will use that URL and extract your information, whatever you want to do. So those kind of things. Let's say you wanted to use Spark, right? You can just install that package or import that package and use that PySpark. You want to use Pandas? Most you guys are aware of that terms, right? Pandas and PySpark. There is a big difference between Pandas and PySpark. Yeah, you can install those kind of packages and just use that, right? That's why Python is very very famous, because what are the packages, what are the action you want to do, you have a package, just find that package, install that package, and that's it. You need to, you can use that thing. Okay. um Installing required tools and SDKs. I think to set up this, you are supposed to have your Azure credentials, I think. So then only you can set up these things. Okay, so once we have these Azure credentials, then I will do a short demo on this thing, how we can set up this CLA things. Okay, it's very simple. Just go here. If you have credentials, maybe some of you guys are very eager and already started working on this AWS. Just go here, click on AWS CLA, just AWS CLA download. Okay, just go here. There will be some command you need to run. Let's say Windows, right? Yeah, this is Windows, right? So there will be this command. We need to install this, then just run this command. Okay, just copy this and just run this. And if you are able to see this AWS hyphen version, if you are able to see these kind of things, then that's it, you have installed it. Similarly for Azure as well. um okay. Let's coming to Python virtual environment creation. Okay, so virtual environment, how I can tell you this. mm, yeah. Okay. um what I will do is, let's imagine this is my entire system. This is my laptop. Okay, this is my laptop. Inside my laptop, I have many packages. I mean, many apps installed, right? Many apps installed in my laptop. Okay. Now, similarly, I have many packages, right? To run a Windows system, my laptop is a Windows system. To run my Windows laptops, right? I have many packages installed here. Now, uh, I need to do some actions, okay, inside my laptop, and I do not want to disturb any of my existing packages. Okay, so this is one package, this is one package, all these are packages in my laptop system. Okay, now I wanted to, let's say there is a package. If I create this package going to conflict with this package. Okay, or it's going to misperform, right? Misfunction, that can happen, right? That can happen in real world. Maybe version difference or something, it can happen. So that's why in Python, whenever you wanted to work with something, you will create a virtual environment, right? So you will create a folder. Okay, you will create a folder. This is a folder. Okay, so inside that, you will create all your Python, like I mentioned, right? With pip you can install pip install requester. Okay, or let's go with simple example. You guys already heard of this thing, PySpark. Okay, you will install this thing. Okay, it will never interact with your system packages. Okay, these are system packages. System packages. It's never going to interact with these things, and you won't have any issue. This is an your virtual environment. I'm now I'm pretty sure, like if I can give you the practical demo, then you guys will understand. But once you guys set up your Visual Studio Code, right, then I can definitely show you demo. Currently, I do not have Visual Studio Code set up in my laptop, but I'll set up those things as well, and I will walk you through the demo, like how we create a virtual environment, all those kind of things. Now, whatever I do, I will do inside this virtual environment. So it's kind of container, you can say, or inside an big house you have a small room. Okay, inside that small room you are performing some actions, Python, PySpark, requester, or whatever you want to do, you will do inside that. If everything goes well, then you will take that material or that from that small room and put it into the larger environment, or you can definitely take that and put it into different places as well. So to take that, you will create a virtual environment first in Python, right? So you can find the syntax here. So let's say you wanted to run uh, Python job. So you can just create this virtual environment. It will create an isolation, right? So it will create isolation, and you can install whatever the things you wanted to install in this virtual environment, and you will run that virtual environment. Uh, I mean, if you want to take, you will take that virtual environment and put it into wherever you want, and you can utilize those libraries or something. Let's say I wanted to work with requesters, right? Requesters is for to work with URLs, right? I created some environment, right? Now again, I need to perform same steps in my another laptop. Okay. Now what I need to do? I need to start from the scratch, right? I need to install Python again. I need to create virtual environment again. I need to create install these packages again. I need to write code again, and all these kind of things. If you have code and if you do not have packages, it won't work. If you have packages, if you do not have code, it won't work. You need to have both packages and this code together. Okay, so with the help of this virtual environment, you can put those two things together. Wherever these code and packages go, you can keep them together so that they will work well. Okay, so you can learn more things. Data engineering is very vast, and this Python is also very vast. You can learn more and more things. We can definitely learn together in the coming classes. Okay. And that's all. Career path discussion, like if you have any installation issues or something, um, and just let me know. We have 10 more minutes left, right? So you can just ask me questions. You can shoot questions at me so that you will have a fair idea on those things, right? I'm leaving these 10 minutes to you, so it's up to you how you're gonna utilize this next 10 minutes. Maybe I know, like I'm a bit fast, but you can definitely tell me that. Okay, so you want me to reduce the pace or increase the pace or something? Definitely not increase. Yeah, you can just speak something, so that I will have an idea. Okay. Karthik, Deepti, Veda, Arun, Anusha. uh, yeah, you guys, it's all yours. Next 10 minutes is all yours. I know it's late in the day. You guys, Josh will be definitely low. Um, but yeah, definitely, right? These kind of sessions and these kind of things are definitely help you in your career. Okay, so just speak up. Hmm, since you are very much okay with this session, don't have any questions. Hmm, okay, let me pick someone. Arun. Uh, yeah, Karthik. Yeah,
Sir, I have VS Code.
Yeah,
yeah, Akhil.
yeah. Go ahead, go ahead. Someone is talking. I will talk to you
Karthik.
in the last.
Sir, I have VS Code
Okay.
and I installed the pip and
Hmm.
environment all is there.
Okay.
So once again I will install or not, sir?
No, don't need to install it again. If it's working fine, are you able to run your first Python job successfully? Just a
Yes, sir.
clean string.
Yes, sir.
Then that's fine. You can definitely use that thing. Okay. No need to
Okay,
install
okay.
it. It's just for a
So,
person who haven't installed it yet.
okay, okay. Actually, I completed my data science internship. That's
Okay.
why I'm installing and I will do project also.
Okay. That's good to hear
So,
from you, Karthik.
yes,
Yeah,
sir.
you don't need to start from scratch. You can utilize that Python thing. Okay.
Okay, sir. Sure.
Yeah. Mm, yeah. Deepthi, Veda, Arun. I think someone left. Akash or someone. Okay.
Yeah, Raviteja. So basically, what I'm saying is,
Yeah.
so since you are going some kind of fastness, okay,
Yeah.
that is what I observed and created a poll for all the people, right? So
Hmm.
what I'm saying is, since these people are coming from
Hmm.
little background way of lag, right? So we require to be make them some kind of slowness, okay, so
Okay.
that it would be easy to be understand, and whenever they will feel like the terms that you are telling or words that you are telling, right?
You are able to
They
observe.
will at least understand the in simple English language. You
Okay.
can use the simple English language with respect to the PPTs or any presentation that you prepared.
Hmm.
So that slowness has to be maintained, okay,
Okay, sure,
consistently.
definitely.
Yeah. So right now you are going 2x speed, I guess. So that's why. So
Yeah.
just little slow and it would be easy and smoother. Regarding everything is fine from my end.
Sure, sure, definitely, Akhil.
Yeah. So
Um,
you can also focus more on the quizzes and assignments. Every week you can focus more on one assignment to the students.
okay.
And quizzes you can create by using poll in the live. Last 5-10 minutes you can focus on these activities.
Hmm.
And if they have any Q&A session or doubts that you wanted to resolve, you can do that. And
Okay.
same way you can also be more interactive to give the materials, whatever you content prepared with
Mm-hmm.
respect to Python, with respect to SQL, databases, even links also, they will
Okay.
able to redirect those and try to understand from them.
Yeah, yeah, sure, sure, definitely. Um, Fine then. If we do not have
Yeah,
anything,
it's fine. I guess if they don't have any other questions, we can wrap up anyway. It's 10:30, right?
yeah,
Almost. So yeah, we started I think before 5 minutes, I guess, right? So
yeah,
that's
yeah,
why.
yeah.
Cool. So mostly Subhashri will join every day, Raviteja. If you
Okay,
have any questions, you can ping her. I will give her number. You
okay,
can call her anytime. If not, I will also available. But mostly I won't be available.
okay,
So she can be like a lead in this particular program from the management side,
okay,
and you can able to get touch with her.
okay. Sure, sure, definitely.
We will also add you one of the group,
Hmm.
so all the students also available there in WhatsApp.
Okay, okay, sure, sure.
Thanks then. Thanks everyone.
Thank you all.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining. Thank you. Bye.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
all
sir.
of you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Bye. Bye.
Thank you, sir.